Day 371 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 692, top K frequent words. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given an array of strings words and an integer k, return the k most frequent strings. Return the answer sorted by the frequency from highest to lowest. Sort the words with the same frequency by their lexicographical order. All right, y'all, that sounds pretty simple, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure we're doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have the input words equals an array of strings. I love LeetCode, I love coding. K equals 2. That means we want to find the top 2 most occurring strings in this array. And the output is I and love because explanation says I and love are the 2 most frequent words. Note that I comes before love due to lower alphabetical order. So once we find the 2 or the K most appearing words, which in this case K is 2, so we want the top 2 words that appear the most, right? So in this case I appears twice, boom, right here and right here. Love appears twice right here and right here, right? LeetCode appears once and coding appears once. So that means I and love are the top 2 or top K appearing words, right? And in this case, K equals 2. So these are the top 2 most frequent words in the array. But we're not done yet because we still need to return them in alphabetical order or lexicographical order. So in this case, I comes, but we need to make sure we return I before love because I comes before L in alphabetical order. That's why it says right here, note that I comes before love due to a lower alphabetical order, y'all. So just remember we have to return them in alphabetical order or lexicographical order. And we have to find the top K most appearing words. And in this case, example 1, it's I and love. They both appear twice. So they're the top 2 words that appear the most. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. In example 2, we have the input words equals an array of strings. The day is sunny. The sunny is, or excuse me, is. This time K equals 4. So we want the top 4 appearing words in this array. And the thing is, there's only 4 appearing words in this array. We have the day is sunny, and then, or excuse me, except, yeah, and then we have the sunny is. So there's only 4 words in this array. So explanation says the is sunny and they are all 4 most frequent words with the number of occurrences being 4, 3, 2, and 1. So as we can see, the appears 4 times. Boom, 1 right there and 3 right here. So the appears 4 times. Then is appears 3 times. We have is right here and 2 more is right here. Then we have sunny appears twice. We have sunny right here and sunny right here. And then finally we have day that appears once. So we want to return these words in the order that, or in the rank of their frequency or their appearance, right? And since the appears the most, we're going to put the right here. Since sunny appears, or excuse me, since is appears the second most, right, because there's 3 is's, we're going to put is after the. Then since sunny appears the third most, we're going to, with 2 sunnies, we're going to put sunny right here. And since day only appears 1 time, it appears the least amount of times, we're going to put day last. And K equals 4, so we can return all of these words because there's only 4 words in this array to begin with. And we want to return the top 4 words in order of ranking of how many times they appear. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Y'all, solution is not that difficult, so let's get started. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to create a dictionary that will help us keep count of how many times each word appears. So for that, we could declare a variable. We could call it freak, and we could set that equal to in the dictionary with the key being a value. With the key being a string, colon, and the value will be an integer. Then we could initialize it with parentheses outside the square brackets like that. Now we need to count how many times each word appears. So for that, we're going to say for word in words, we're going to open up the bracket and we're going to say freak, square bracket word, comma, default, colon, 0. Come outside the square bracket, we're going to say plus equals 1. So for word in words, each time we see that word, we're going to count that word over here, and we're going to start the count from 0. Each time we see it, we're going to add 1 to the count. Boom. Now we need to sort the words by decreasing frequency or descending frequency and ascending alphabetical order if the frequency is the same. So to do that, we are going to come right here outside of this for loop, and we're going to say let sorted words equal freak dot keys dot sorted, and that's going to sort all the keys for us in alphabet, or that's going to sort all the keys for us. And to make it in alphabetical order, we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say open up the parentheses. We're going to say word 1, comma, word 2. Then we're going to return a boolean. Then we're going to say n. Now we're going to come right here underneath this, and we could say if freak square bracket word 1, come outside of this, put exclamation point equals freak square bracket word 2, meaning they have the same count, come outside of this, put the exclamation point, or the same amount of appearances, we're going to say return word 1, put less than word 2. And that's going to make sure that we sort the words in alphabetical order if they have the same amount of times, if they appear the same amount of times. Then we come right here outside of this if, and we can say, we come right here outside of the if, and we can say return freak square bracket word 1. This time we're going to put the greater than sign, freak square bracket word 2. And so what this is going to do is, this is dealing with looking at the count. This right here is just looking at the word itself. This right here is looking at the frequency of that word. So we're going to make sure we sort it by the frequency. If word 1 has a higher frequency than word 2, we're going to make sure that we put word 1 first. This is just if word 1, you notice how this doesn't have the freak in front of it. This is just looking at the word itself, and if this word is alphabetical, this is lower in the alphabetical, then we're going to put it before word 2. Then we could come right here and we could just say return array, because we need to turn it back into an array. Open up the parentheses, sorted words, boom. Then we could put dot prefix, open up the parentheses, k. So it's going to get us the first 2 words and sorted words, and it's going to return an array of those words. So boom, that's all she wrote, y'all. Let's give it a run, make sure it runs properly before we submit it. Okay, let's see, what does it say? Oh, it's an optional, so we have to put our exclamation points, one right here and one right here. Let's give it a run again. Now let's see if this works. Let's see. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it and make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 1 milliseconds beat 56.98% of users. We can definitely get those numbers up, but right now we just want to make sure we can understand the solution that we have came up with to answer this problem, because if you don't understand the solution, then you probably didn't learn anything, and that's not what we want. That's why it's important to have solutions that we can understand how they work, so that we can reuse that knowledge that we've learned from the solution in future solutions. And I feel like this is a good solution for that. It's easy to understand. Everybody can learn from it. So with that being said, y'all, make sure you get one more look at the code. And I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.